by taking this action, Elon Musk has directly aided Russia, and the basically targets that the Ukrainians were aiming to hit with these drones have directly caused the deaths of Ukrainian citizens and children.
Elon Musk facing criticism after he ordered engineers to turn off Starlink, his satellite communication network, to prevent an attack by Ukrainian forces on the Russian Navy. Well, Chris Stokel-Walker is a tech journalist, often joins Marietta Foschuk for her regular Musk watch, and joins me now. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Matt.
So explain what's gone on there. A situation where sort of inaction is also action. He says he doesn't want to be involved in the war, but anything he does is sort of playing into that.
Yeah, and critics of Elon Musk and indeed the Ukrainian government, an advisor to President Zelensky, has come out and said that by taking this action, Elon Musk has directly aided Russia, and the basically targets that the Ukrainians were aiming to hit with these drones have directly caused the deaths of Ukrainian citizens and children. So this is a bit of an excerpt from a book coming out about Elon Musk by a tech journalist called Walter Isaacson, which alleges that Musk essentially pulled the plug on Starlink, which is a satellite internet connection that has been used by the Ukrainians after the Russians tried to sabotage existing connections, traditional ways of connecting to the internet. Pulled the plug on Starlink because he was worried that they were about to launch an attack against the Russians that could have a relatively significant impact in terms of Vladimir Putin trying to, I guess, launch potentially nuclear weapons against it. He said, confirming a little bit of the reports on Twitter overnight, that if he had agreed to the request of the Ukrainians, then his company would be explicitly complicit in a major act of war and conflict escalation. But for those that don't like Musk, it is yet another thing of him backing the Russians rather than Ukrainians.
And I suppose this is just another reminder that perhaps he hasn't always totally thought through the full extent, the consequences of his actions. That if you build if you take on a social media network, that comes with pluses and minuses. If you build a satellite network that is going to be used by military, then you're going to find that network at the centre of conflicts. Yeah,
and this is the thing that he does traditionally. We may remember the situation that he had with Vernon Unsworth at the time of the Thai children football team being caught in a cave several years ago, where he decided to go gung-ho into that situation to build a submarine and then caused a whole load of ripple effects that he had never thought through, that in that instance ended up with him being taken to court for a defamation case that he eventually won. But it causes all these issues. And I think when we're talking about something like that case, the one several years ago of Vernon Unsworth, it's less of an issue as the one now, where his actions are essentially directly swaying the impact of what is the major war in Europe and the biggest war that we've had for more than 10 years.
Chris, thanks so much for that. Chris Stokel-Walker, tech journalist, joining us to reflect on Elon Musk ordering his engineers to turn off Starlink, his satellite communication network, to stop Ukrainian forces attacking the Russian Navy.